We thought we would also take a look to see where they exit to. Now, I don't have data on every single exit, but from the women and men that exited their firm, and we know where they landed, this is the data. So I think I looked at a large number of folks, and then I only looked at the results where we had an answer. And I think this is something we all sort of know in the back of our head too, right? Women go to in-house. They go to in-house companies more frequently because a lot of the reason that compels them to go is quality of life, right? They can work normal hours, they can go home and see their kids. So women exited to a great extent to in-house companies. Women exited to law firms as well, but there is a sharp decline in them exiting to law firms. And Stephanie asked a good question the other day. It was like, how many exited to another top 200 law firm? Because in this universe that we're looking at top 200 firm data. There were a lot of exits to non-top 200 firms, where I would imagine as well the demands are not as great as staying at one of those tippy top firms. For men, they exited to another law firm. You know, that was their number one choice, 676 of them. For government agencies, a good number of women, I'm talking district attorney's office or other types of government agencies, but the in-house was the clear winner for women. So we talked about averages a minute ago. And the average number of female partners versus male partners is 26.3%, which doesn't sound awful, right? It's not 13% like we saw for that one firm, but those averages really don't tell the whole story. Because once you look at it on a firm by firm level, I mean, these are our women all-stars up here. These are the ones with the highest number of women partners. You know, Fragaman is, you know, far and away the biggest. So these all have a really good number of female partners, but these numbers are all well above that 26%. And it's because there are so many firms in the top 200 that have really bad numbers for women in partnership. And those are the firms that are dragging that percentage down, you know, to that 26%. So we can see the choices that are being made on both levels. We can see, we are seeing pretty much an even number on the associate level of women versus men. So that has been something that has been a real bright spot, you know, for the law firms. They are hiring almost just as many women as they are men. The disparity is in the partnership because women are not being promoted to partner. And in some instances, and women and men are leaving at about the same rate, right? They're just not getting promoted to partner. And I have to say, I was going to bring this up later, but it just kind of folds in with what we're seeing. We'll hear many reasons why this occurs, and hopefully we'll hear what firms can do to combat it. But there is a problem surrounding these numbers. This morning in the Times, there was an article that really struck a chord with me. And it was about young women deciding not to go in leadership. They weren't going to go into leadership because it all looked like it cost too much of a personal sacrifice, too much risk. They don't want to run. They don't want to risk running for office because you face misogyny, you face all kinds of barriers that are difficult to handle. And their response was, "Who needs it? Who needs it?" You have millennials right now that are reluctant to get on that partnership track because it just, you know, it's difficult, it's long, the requirements are insane, and they're like, who needs it? Well, you have women saying the same thing because it just seems unattainable. If you are at a firm that has 13% of your partnership women, how likely is it going to be that you're going to stay at that firm? Is it going to look like it's insurmountable odds to get in leadership? And once you get there, what do you get? You get to work 80 hours a week. What's your prize? You know, money isn't the same driver as it once was.
Right.
So I think the risk that we have is that fewer women are going to be interested in making partner unless they begin to make changes.